Why do most Thai students fail to speak English? Imagine studying English for many years, but you can't even speak English. Questions that arises the problems. What do you think? What is the problem? It is about Thai education? It is often brought up by people to talk about the failure, or it could be something more than that. So let's go to query people who are affected in this field.
For me, I think it's there's a problem for around 30 years or 20 years ago. It's for the base of the Thai education that sort of are learning to memorize. We cannot focus more to how to use it. In Thailand, we can remember a lot of the vocabulary, but in fact, we cannot use this in the right way or in the wrong way. They would not know anything about it. We can remember it, we repeat it, but we don't know how to.
Since then, we have followed that rule and has not changed it at all, had not adapted into a present context. And we use that method in almost every subject, and that is not practical.
The way of this is, just memorize it, and especially the Thai education don't focus too much about speaking. It's true from my experience. Speaking not include in course syllabus if you are not in language and art program. For this question, I think is absolutely extreme effect from Thai society. There's many society rules that talk about people who learn English is tend to be international. When we learn English, we just want to learn it and use this. We don't want to be a native or something.
Some people still think that a good English speaker has to speak like a native. Tend to reduce their confidence to speak English. Thai people has to be more open-minded to accept that we cannot speak 100% like the native.
Thai society giving a value to science and mathematics more than language and art. Because of the oldest generation trust that to learn mathematics or science have a stable ability or opportunity more than any other task. It's the value of the other occupation. Do not devalue the others. That's why I think the Thai society is very affected to the learning about the value. Thailand have under control by military government. I can speak it surely that they are divide the budget unfairly to every department. According to this year of the 2021, the annual budget has divided to the military department more than any department. Also contained with educational department. So it's affect very much. Students need books, the facility to learn, a good teacher to teach. Students don't need a weapon, a submarine to learn English and also with a tag.
I think that the money is not always necessary to study because in today's world, some countries provide free obligatory education to their students, including the education tool. It is also free. For example, Finland. Finland is a country where students spend very little time in classroom because they want to encourage students to learn rather than study outside of classroom.
I think during this COVID time, most students actually did not have the required materials to learn online. You could see, you could feel this from the way they express themselves. And most of the time, some of the students were well and old, they had good gadgets, they had good things that they used to, and they could even do your work. And effectively, it was effective. When they had good gadgets, they could understand more, they could Google, they could research and get good answers, and eventually get to the next level. But those students who came from poor backgrounds, who had less access to the requirements that are needed to study online, and also it also demoralized them. So it was you could feel the disparity there. And also the thing is, students who live just in towns which had good communication network. So most of them, they were in class on time, they went through they were learning on time and finishing up their assignments. But the students who came from far villages, they had problems with internet connections because of the topography within their areas. So all of these made it mostly, it was not at this time, it's not that you could feel that there was a problem.
To get a good job or get opportunity to broaden your world, it is a tool that can help your life better, can help improve your quality of life. What I think about it is that a person who could speak English is great.
For my view, English is a language, and language is the tools of communication. So these are not all of your life, because it's just one of skill. You are not priority than the other because you can speak English. For people who are learning English now, they have a chance, and the chance is come from the intention, ambition, or the chance that their parents gave it, or they might be catch it by their own hand.
For me, it's the mindset. First of all, the students need to change their mindset. They also need to know that, when the mind is set that English is hard, then it becomes hard. So they need to change their mindset. The other thing is about the teachers also they have to go in class, they have to be in class and speak English constantly. As in, there is no way as an English teacher, you can go to class and teach English in Thai. It's unworkable. And the third point is for the Thai government. I believe this, for me, is the most sacred thing they have to do. They have to pay attention to the basics, to the kindergarten, to go down to the foundation of students. That time when the kids are in kindergarten, that's the best time to basically mold their speaking skill, their English speaking skill.
I would like the Thai government to adopt the Finnish education system in Thailand in order to improve the Thai education system efficiency.
First, we need to focus on what is English. Tell the learner know that English is the language and how to learn with it. Second, rework all of the education or the course syllabus and course objective. Focus on speaking. The third is to change mindset from learners. It's very necessary for the learner that you need to have the motivation or the ambition to learn English carefully. Last one is, I think, understanding with the teacher and learner. The teacher needs to work on document more than work with something nonsense that not necessary with the education. How do they have a time to do the wrap up with their student? No, teacher don't have a chance. So we cannot give a fault to the student at all, or we cannot give a fault to the teacher at all, or we cannot give fault to the government or the state at all. But we need to revert and renew and understand. That will make people want to learn English more. perfect.
You need to know that what you want to do in your life. If you doesn't want to do anything with English, so don't study them. It may be hard for you to study them. If you want to learn English, so let's learn them in the proper way. The second thing that needs to be fixed is also the teacher in the school. They need to know what their duty is, what their role is. Their role is to teach the student and give the best knowledge. The government needs to focus on what important and what not.
Come with a good support. You want a mango, right? With the big of it, a big mango, you need to have a fertilizer for it. A good soil, good water, good fertilizer make a good crop. So to focus on the kids, on the future of our country, I think this is the most priority of the movement for the country. To focus on kids, to focus on future.